Okay, good. All right, everybody, let's find our seat, sit up nice and tall, and take your hands right to heart center. And as always, we start our practice this morning with the affirmation of your intention. So we consciously affirm how we want to guide our thoughts and actions and our practice to conform with and support the direction that we see for ourselves. Right? So we're not entirely victims. We're not powerless. We actually have some say over how we develop and evolve as human beings. Okay, so just take a moment here, hands to heart center, close the eyes, breathing in and out the nose, and connect with that intention. Let's flutter open the eyes and start to guide the arms up the sides and start to draw in a deep breath and sweep the arms up. Big breath through the nose and exhale, let's sweep them down, look to your right. And again, stretch the arms up, lengthen out. And we look to the left. And reach up. To the right. Up. To the left. And reach up. And this time take the right hand down to the floor and let's stretch the left arm overhead. Maybe turn the gaze down. And as you inhale, turn the gaze up. And as you exhale, look down. And then inhale, look up. And exhale, look down. And inhale, come back up. And lower the left hand down. Let's inhale, reach, look up. Exhale, look down towards your left hand. And inhale, look up. Exhale, look down. Inhale, look up. And exhale, look down. Let's look up, hold here. And come all the way up, stretch the arms high and lower the hands, good. Let's come on over to stand on, well, I'll go over there, but we'll come up to standing on your mats and take hold of your belts, everybody. And we'll just stretch the arms overhead, taking hold of the belt. Take off my shirt now. It's a little cool in the studio this morning. I'm trying to save a little bit on my heating bill this month. There's my belly. Right of that. Okay. So we get the belt up overhead, and let's just go side to side a couple times. Good. And then turn your right toes out and left toes in. Let's bend into the right knee. And then we're going to find that lateral motion again, kind of a reverse warrior, but keeping the tension in the belt between the hands. So we lift up out of the right rib and then straighten out the right leg, breathe in, and exhale, rebend into the knee. A couple times like that. And one more time. And then we hold here. A nice full breath. And come on back up. Let's go to the other side. So I'll turn the left toes out, right toes in. Bend into left knee. And then reach back. So the left arm's lifting high and the right hand's down the back leg. and then straighten and bend, straighten, exhale, bend, back and forth. And then hold here now a couple breaths. And straighten the leg and lower the belt down. Good. We're going to come down onto your knees. If you want to put a blanket under your knees, or maybe you're on a carpeted floor or something, that's fine. And we'll do a couple things. We'll do a gate pose posture. So step your right foot out, left arm up, and then slide the right hand down the leg. Maybe turn those right toes up if that's comfortable under your heel. And come on up. And as you come on up, bring that right foot in so that it's out to the side. And then we're going to start to come over to your right. And I want you to lower down into your inner left knee. And if you can see, I'm turning my left toes out. So I want to get a little stretch to my inner leg. So I'm bending down into my right leg. And the inner left knee is on the floor, stretching into my inner leg here. My ankle, my left foot is flexed. Good. And then use your hands to come back up and bring that right knee in. Come back up and step your left foot out this time. Gate pose, left hand sliding down the left leg, right arm overhead. And come on up and we'll walk that left foot in. It's about halfway out. So knees turned out at about 45 degrees. And then we'll come down onto your hands and then start to roll to the inner right leg. And again, my right ankle is flexed to be protective of the knee. And what I'm encouraging is an opening through the inner right leg. My left knee is coming past my heel, which ordinarily we guide not to do, but since I'm supporting myself with my hands here, it's all okay. And you access a pretty good stretch into the inner right leg. We have a half frog pose, Bakasana. Should we take? Nice, everybody, come on back up. Now let's make your way to table on your mats. We'll start with a few cat cows. So with collarbone, sits bones lift on your inhale. And then exhale, round the back, chin to chest. Keep going like this, 5 or 6 more rounds. I'm gonna tuck my shirt in. As I was looking at my videos from recent classes, my shirt keeps falling off, exposing my belly, and I'm very modest. So I shall keep my abdomen covered. Good. Come to a neutral spine, tuck your toes, pull your hips back towards your heels, and then start to stretch the hips high. And we're going to do this with our knees generously bent so that the sits bones are reaching up. And let's wag the hips a little bit. Then if you turn the heels a little bit to the right, toes to the left, and sit back, you get a nice stretch through the left side body. So we're sitting back as we bend the knees. They turn to the left, the heels to the right. I'm going to do the same thing over on the other side. So you're doing the twist. You turn the heels off to the left, the toes to the right, and then bend the knees. And the hips are turning, so we get another nice lateral extension out through the right side body this time. Yeah, come on back, and let's come to down dog. And let's lower the knees wide on the mat. big toes to touch. And we'll pull your hips back to your heels, lower the forehead. Returning to table. Right knee to the floor, left heel turns down. Now let's take your left arm, stretch it to the sky and reach nice and long. We're going to take a balance in this position. Maybe lift the left leg up. Look up. If you need a little help with the balance here, you can pivot your right foot behind you, so it's more of a kickstand. Or if you want, you can keep the shin right on the floor. Good. And then lower the foot and lower the hand. Keep your right knee where it is. And let's bring the right hand up towards the sky. So the right knee is forward, left leg is back. We'll take a deep breath here. And then lower that right shoulder down right here as the right hand threads underneath. Yeah. Staying here, slowly lift your left leg off the floor. Now, if sample sizes are accurate, 1 to 2 of you should have just rolled over to your right and are kind of laughing right now. But nobody can see you. Okay. Now let's lower the left foot down. Stretch the right arm up. Hand back down. Left knee forward. Tuck your toes. Down dog. And let's lower the knees, the left knee specifically, and then turn the right heel down. And then we're going to stretch the right arm up nice and high, get that nice extension length to the right side body. And then maybe find the balance. Right leg lifting up. The more you press the top of the left foot to the floor, the better your balance will come. And as I demonstrated before, if you want to swing your left foot behind you, a little bit more of a kickstand, you can do that. Reach and lower the hand and lower the foot. Now let's reach the left arm up, find your twist. And then thread that left arm through, lower down left shoulder and ear. And again, coming to a balance, let's lift the right leg up. Again, those of you who rolled off to the right last time, you may have learned your left. Maybe you won't roll to the left, but that's okay. And the foot comes back down, left hand lifts. And good, we landed it safely. Back to down dog, everybody. And then walk your feet slowly to the front, and then let the head hang nice and heavy here. And bend your knees and shake out the head with a little yes and no. Keep doing this because consciously or unconsciously, always holding probably a little undue tension right at the base of the skull where the neck and the head meet. If you want to reach your hands up there, give yourself a little massage. It might feel nice. And then just a little yes and no, shaking out the head, or maybe a maybe. And come on, let's roll up to stand. Ah, feels good, right? Okay. And then let's reach the arms up nice and high. Breathe in. And then we're gonna fold forward with a little bend to our knees and take the hands down to the floor. Then we're gonna lengthen, breathe in. And let's step back to plank position. Hold here, a breath or two. You're going to come forward a little further and then lower down to your chest. And peel the ribs off the floor. You're in cobra. And press back to table, hips back towards your heels. You come on up, down dog. Lift the right leg up nice and high and bend the knee. Stack your right hip over your left. Straightening out the right leg now, look forward. Let's step your right foot forward. Walk your hands up to your thigh. Sink down in this lunge and let's stretch the arms to the sky. Straighten both legs and then open the hips and turn the back heel down. Let's find warrior two. Gaze is extended out over the right fingers. We'll pull the right leg straight and then stretch the right hand forward and take the right hand down to the shin or the ankle and stretch the left hand to the sky, Trikonasana. Good, and let's take your left arm now, reach it past your arm, past your ear rather, looking up. And then reach the arm back, come all the way up, reach high. Let's come back to Trikonasana again. And stretch your left arm long. Breathing in, breathing out. Come back up. And final time. Extend, reach. Right leg is straight without being locked or rigid. Little micro bend into the inner right knee. And final time, we'll stretch that left arm long. And if you want to get a little bit of core engagement, maybe stretch the right arm up as well and hold this invisible beach ball between the hands. And then bend into that right knee and reach the right hand to the sky. Reach forward with the right hand, take the elbow to the knee or the hand down to the floor, and let's stretch your left arm long. Finding a new expression of side angle pose, which we did earlier, down with our knee down. Good, and then we'll come to our lunge. Step back to plank position. So from here, you can go back to down dog. You can take a vinyasa lowering down. You can take cat-cow. Come to child's pose if you want. And then we all meet back, down dog. Nice, and then from here, let's lift the left leg up, bend the knee. And straighten the leg out and step forward, all right? Walk your hands up. Finding our lunge as you stretch the arms high. And come on up and then open out as we find warrior two. And then begin to draw the left leg straight, arms up. Pull the hip back, reach forward, and then take the hand down. Right arm stretches to the sky. Let's extend the right arm past your ear, breathing in, breathing out. Bring yourselves all the way up, bending the left knee and then straightening it. And then exhale, return to Trikonasana. Again, reaching the right arm long, lengthening out the right side body. Reaching the right hand behind you now. A little softness into the left knee. And then come on up, reach the arms high. And final time as we enter into Trikonasana, triangle pose. And then reach the right arm past your ear. And again, if you want to work a little bit more core, we'll take your left arm up and extend the arms out, extend the torso. And bend into the left knee now as the right hand reaches down the back leg and the left arm reaches to the sky. Reach forward and then take either the elbow to the knee or hand down to the floor of the foot, and we'll stretch the right arm past your ear. And lower the right hand down as you find your lunge. Step back to plank position. Come forward and either lower chest to floor or chaturanga. Cat-cow, child's pose. Whichever path you take, we meet back at down dog. Looking forward, hopping or stepping your feet to the front. Length into a flat back, breathe in, and we fold. Stretch the arms all the way to the sky. And bring the hands down to prayer. Good. Stretch the arms high, breathe in. And exhale, fold. A flat back, looking forward. And exhale, step or hop your feet back to plank, either lowering down or go right back to down dog if you wish. Couple options here. Let's pick the right leg up, bend the knee. We'll do that same sequence just a little faster. Come on up to our high lunge. Exhale out. Straighten the legs, turn the back heel down. Warrior two. Straighten the right leg, arms up. Reach forward, triangle pose. Inhale, reach the left arm long. Exhale, reach it back, look down. Inhale, come back up. Find warrior two and reverse. Side angle pose. And lower the hands down to your lunge. Stepping back, take a vinyasa or go back to down dog. Remember, the vinyasa can take a lot of different forms. It's a symmetrical movement of the body, generally paired with the breath, but it doesn't have to be as fully energizing or dynamic as a complete sun salutation type movement. We can be entering into child's pose. Left leg's going to come up, bend the knee, and then straighten that leg and step forward. Inhale as we come to high lunge. Exhale out. Inhale, straighten the leg, turn the back heel down, hips and heart open. Exhale into warrior two. Inhale, we pull the legs straight, reach the arms up, and exhale. Inhale, reach the right arm long. Exhale, reach it back. Inhale, come back up to warrior two and reverse the left hand high. Back to warrior two and to side angle pose. Lower the hands down to your lunge. Step your left foot back. Again, yogi's choice. Float through a vinyasa or go back to down dog. Softening the knees, look forward. We will hop or step your feet on up to the front of the mat. Lengthen to flat back. Exhale, fold. Good. Come all the way up, stretch the arms high. And lower the hands down. Good. Let's step your left foot way back. We'll take a wide stance here. Hands to your hips, elbows back, lift the heart, breathe in. And let's fold forward with a long spine into our Prasarita A. Hands down to the floor. Good. Take your hands up to your hips, up halfway, all the way to stand. Good. Take a breath here. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale out. Lift the heart, inhale, and exhale, fold. And this time, lower your hands and walk them out as if you're taking down dog, but come up onto your fingertips. So the heart is opening, the arms are outstretched. And then walk your right hand over to midline, and a little bend of the knees might be warranted here. Just take your left hand, stretch it out, breathe in. And as you exhale, thread the arm through. Maybe you take hold of the outer right leg here, or maybe you press the back of the left hand to the floor. As you bring this twist under the right arm, nice and long for the right side body. Good. Let's release that, stretch both arms out, get nice and long and even. You'll notice a lot of the movements we make in yoga generally work back and forth between some sort of asymmetrical lengthening, but then we bring it back to a symmetrical strengthening. So we create space, we create length, and then we straighten and strengthen right down the middle. Bring symmetry, balance, and then the right arm stretches out and then comes underneath. And we take this twist underneath the left arm. And then release, stretch the right arm out. And then with a long spine, walk the hands back in. And a strong core. Oop, there's my mid-belly exposed. Hands to your hips, elbows back. And come all the way to stand. Good. Let's start to bend into the left knee now and come down until we can bring our hands to the floor and turn the right toes up a little bit. We're all the way up. Good. And you can balance. As you can see, there's a little space between my heel and the floor, or maybe the heel will come to the floor. We're going to be a little higher, right? And we're working on length of the spine. Skandasana, love this pose. And an arm variation might be to stretch the arms out. Or another variation might be to wrap the arms around the left leg and bind them around the back. Release wherever you might be. And then either use your hands to assist in the movement or maybe stay low. Ooh. And come over to the right side. Again, your hands can be fully assisting you here. Or maybe you can come to rest on the haunch on the right side. Or maybe pull the heel towards the floor. And again, we work on lengthening out the spine. Arm variations might be to extend the arms. And perhaps internally rotate so that we can take the bind around the back of the right leg. And come on back. This time we're going to come center and start to heel toe your feet wide. See how wide they can come, but still keep the outer edges of the feet on the floor. And come down to forearms or hands. Now, use your arms to guide yourself back up. Heel toe your feet back in. Good. And then turn the toes out. Drop the hips. And come to goddess. Straighten the legs. Good. Let's come back to our side angle pose. This time taking the hand down inside the foot. If you have a belt, we might explore taking the bind, or you can maybe wrap the hands underneath the right arm, right underneath the right leg. The bind might not be for you, and that's fine. Maybe take your left hand around behind your inner right thigh. If you are taking the bind, we'll explore straightening out the right leg now. And reverse, come back up. Let's go to the other side. And if you're taking the bind, or either way, see if we can, maybe the right hand is behind you, or maybe you're taking the bind using the belt to connect your hands. And come back up. Now let's hop your feet together. Nice. Do a bouncing pose before we come to the floor. All right. We're going to reach down and take hold of the right big foot. You can either take the big toe or put a belt around the foot. So we're going to stretch that right foot out and then open the leg out. And bring your leg forward and release. Good. Nice. Shake it out. Other side. So left knee is going to lift. And we're tall and strong in the right leg and the hip. And then reach that leg out. Leg forward, and come on down. Thanks, everybody. All right, we'll make our way to the floor. One final vinyasa, chair pose. And straighten the legs, fold forward. Find a flat back, breathe in. Step or hop your feet back, lowering down or coming back to down dog. Pull your hips forward, or up to down dog rather, and then look forward. We will hop or step your feet to the outer parts of your mat into a squat. And then reach around behind you and come to sit down. Nice work, everybody. And take your feet as wide as the mat, and we're just going to windshield wiper them side to side. Good, and then stretch your left foot out and the right knee out. Hopefully that inner right leg's feeling nice and open right now so that right knee can really find the floor. And if it's not, I'm gonna take a prop and put something underneath it. Janushrasasana, lengthen, breach, and fold over your extended left leg. And in your next breath, come on up. Now keep your left leg extended. Let's lift the right knee up, and we'll take a seated twist, putting the foot outside of the extended left leg. Let's keep the leg extended. Wrap your left arm around the right leg and hug it in, and then stretch the right arm up, and then bring it to the floor behind you. On your exhale, deepen into your twist. Our next exhale, we counter rotate. Beautiful, good. And face forward again. Take your right shin and start to cradle it now. Good, and then open it out wide as we set up for Parvrita Janushrasasana. So the right knee is opening wide, the heel's right to the pubis, and the torso is now turning away from the outstretched left leg. Reach your left hand out towards the left foot, palm up, and we'll see if we can take the left thumb in between the big and second toe. And right arm reaches out. Big breath in to reach high, and then extend and reach. And we'll take one more breath here. Working to roll the ribs and the navel to the sky. As you're ready to come on up, we'll take a counter pose. Right hand's going to come to the floor. I'll spin so you can see outside the hip. And then come on up and stretch the left arm nice and long. Lean back a little bit. Then come on down. Nice work, everybody. Good. And then bring your legs mat width apart, and we'll do that. Windshield. Let's take a little centering, strengthening, reverse table. Just for a moment. And then this time we'll stretch the right leg out. So we do our forward fold into Janushrasasana. Then we're going to take our twist. And then we'll take our combination of the two. Come on up. Good. We'll turn the left knee up. Let's see if we can get the foot outside the thigh, and we'll hug it in with the right arm. Length as the left arm reaches, and then stretches behind you. Sit tall, breathe in. Exhale, deepen into the twist. Sits bones are rooted to the floor. We'll counter rotate to your right. Turning forward, take hold of your left leg, cradling it. See if you can get the heel into the elbow. Maybe the arms can come underneath the shin. Good. And then take that leg and open it out wide. I'm going to come a little closer so you can see what I'm up to. And so the right leg stretched out, the left knee's turning out, and we turn away from the outstretched leg. The right hand reaches out, and if you can, take hold of that big toe. You can always put a belt around the foot too, or maybe hold on to the shin. Turning the ribs away from the outstretched leg, left arm's going to reach, and then reach it overhead. Good, and come on up and we find our counter pose, lifting the hips up. And come on down, good. Let's find a reverse table again, hips up. Good. So we're gonna see what we can do with compass pose at this point. It may or may not be for everybody, and I'll sort of show what we're up to. I'm gonna stretch my right leg out, or you can keep the knee bent if that's better for you. And we're gonna start to work on getting the left leg as high up as it can go. So we bring it up and see if the shoulder can get underneath the calf. Now that just might not be in the cards for you today, but nonetheless, we're working on this kind of movement. You can work right here, sort of stir in the pot, right? That's fine. Maybe straightening the leg. But if you can get your leg over your shoulder, if you haven't done that lately, give that a try. Now, combining some of the elements we've worked on so far, this opening of the inner leg and the opening of the right side body. I'm going to reach over with my right hand and across the top of the foot, take hold of the outer foot. Then brace myself with my left hand outside my hip. I'm going to stay right there, or see if I can straighten the left leg and turn the gaze up underneath the right arm. And again, it's not everybody's pose. That's okay. But there's some variation of it that might be available to you. And final option here, if you want to play along today, is to either stay right here, or if you want to try maybe with the leg hooked over the shoulder, see if you can lift the hips. Maybe the ankle crosses, and then the legs extend. And come on up. So those are a couple directions we can go with that. All right, now, where were we? We're going to do that on the other side. Let's get the right leg up. And again, this might be where you're at this morning. The little voice in you says, hey, maybe I'll put that leg right over my shoulder. I remember the first time I ever put my shoulder in the back of my knee, and I realized I'd never felt that before. So enjoy it if you're there. Good. And maybe there is where you're going to reside. Maybe you brace yourself with the right hand as the left hand takes the outer right foot. And then keeping length in the sits bones down. Let's see if the right leg might extend. Again, you can always use the belt too around the foot. This is a seated compass pose. Those are called half compass. Good, wherever you're at, come on down if you want to work on the balance and the hook of the ankles and the legs out. And come on back. Good. Cell play. Good. Let's open the legs out to a V. Arms up. Forward fold. Nice. Come on up, everybody. Come down to your backs. All right, good. So come to lay down. And let's just let the knees fall together here. Feet wide, arms out to the sides or in goddess pose. And then walk your feet in so that if you reach your hands down, you can just about touch your heels. Bend your elbows and start to press the elbows to the floor. And we're going to find a bridge pose here. So we're going to lift the hips and the backs of the arms are pressing to the floor now to lift the hips. Let me see if we can straighten out the arms as you clasp the hands behind your back. Release the arm and lower the hips down. Let's let the knees fall together, arms to the sides again. Good. So option, you can take another back bend here just as we did, another bridge. Or if you're feeling like taking a wheel this morning, we'll take the hands outside the ears with the elbows pointing up, get the hips off the floor. Or if you don't want to take any more back bends, we'll just open the knees apart into our Baddha Konasana and rest. And if you want to take another back bend, if you want to take wheel, coming up onto your hands and your feet. Whichever you've chosen to do. We'll all meet into Supta Baddha Konasana with the knees apart, soles of the feet together, one hand to the low belly, one hand to the heart. Good. Let's take our hands to the outer thighs, bring the knees together. We'll do a little supine twisting. So pick your hips up, shift them off to the right, and we set them down. And then the knees come up over the navel and roll them to the left. Maybe pull your ribs a little bit to the left. And then we stretch the right arm out. Good. Bring your legs center your hips. And we'll pick the hips up again, move them over to the left. And this time, knees back up over the navel, and we roll them to the right, the knees stack. And then stretch the left arm out, bringing the shoulders to the floor. Good. Bring your knees back center and then center the hips. Pick the hips up for a moment and center them. Good. Now, from here, let's just jiggle the legs upwards for a second. And then we're going to cross the right knee over the left knee, right? So that the legs are moving in the opposite direction. Bend the knees now. See if you can reach down, take hold of the heels, and come into this reclining version of cow face pose, Gomukhasana. So maybe you take the outer ankles, so the left ankle's reaching towards the right hip and vice versa. Maybe you take hold of the heels themselves. Try to keep the low back on the floor. Now release the ankles, but keep the knees, the right knee over the left. We're gonna put the left foot on the floor, pick up the hips and shift them over to the right. Bring the knees up over the navel and then roll the legs with the right knee crossed on top off to the left, a little supine twist. And the legs are in this modified cow face or sometimes close to eagle type of orientation. And then we're going to release and bring the legs back center the hips. And let's stretch the legs up, just jiggle them out a little bit. And then crossing your left knee over your right. We internally rotate the legs a little bit so we can reach up and maybe take this version of cow face pose on our back. And again, it could be that the right hand takes the left foot and the left hand holds the right knee. That might work better for you. And it's hard to tell which is which when you're in this situation. So this is an opportunity to sort of feel your right side, feel your left side, even though it's gotten confused now. Good. Now release the feet, but keep the left knee over the right. You pick your hips up, shift them to the left, and then bring the knees back up towards the navel, and then we roll the legs to the right. I didn't demonstrate it before, but anytime we're doing this pose, if the legs don't quite come down to the floor, you can place a block underneath the leg. You want to try to get as connected to the floor here as you can, as settling to the nervous system as you have available, even in the midst of a somewhat challenging pose. Great work, everybody. And then come on back and center the hips. And let's give the legs a little stretch to the ceiling. And you can stay right here with the legs outstretched. Options for a little inversion, maybe slide a block under your sacrum with the legs up to the sky, or if you want to find a shoulder stand or headstand if that's in your practice. Otherwise, any way you want, we're going to just get the legs a little higher than the heart. Wherever you're at with your legs stretching to the sky, let's take another 5 or 6 breaths here. And come on down. If you're in shoulder stand, maybe coming through plow on your way back down. And as you're ready, come on back down, legs to the floor. Good. And we will set ourselves up for resting in Shavasana. Any final movements you'd like to make, go right ahead. But otherwise, let's cover up with some warm clothes. maybe a blanket, and turn the lights off, and come to rest. So as you come to lay down, maybe think about, reach your head, maybe reach your hands around the back of your head, lift your head up and lengthen the back of the neck. So you look down the chest, so the back of the neck is long, and then slowly, with the back of the neck as long as possible, start to lower the head down to the floor. Maybe lean to one side and walk one shoulder blade underneath as that arm rolls out just a little bit. And then do the same on the other side, so that the shoulder blades are just tucked under the body a little bit. We'll be here for about 5 minutes. And sometimes the temptation, when nobody's watching, to kind of run off during Shavasana. Like, I did it, I'm good. I'm gonna have a snack now. But I'm gonna encourage you to hold off on that for a couple minutes and receive the true benefits of the practice. All right. So lay yourselves down and commit to stillness for a few minutes. All right. Once you've found a comfortable supported position, close your eyes and make a commitment to an external, maybe internal stillness, a quality of stillness and steadiness, focused awareness. And I'm going to join you now on my back as well. Nice work, everybody. Let's start to deepen your breath now. And begin to bring awareness back into the body and the space around you. Small movements with fingers and toes, and a gentle roll of the head one side to the other. And then begin to reach the arms out past the ears, stretching out long on the floor, and reach as long as you can from your fingers to your toes. Reclaim all that length and breathe in fully, deep, deep, deep. Hold that breath a moment, and then let a nice sigh come out the mouth. Good. And then slowly gather the knees into the chest. And we'll just wrap your arms gently around the shins and rock a little bit side to side, making sure your low back's feeling good about all this. And as you're ready, roll off to your right and support your head with your bottom arm. Maybe put your hand underneath your ear as well. As you come up with a sense of meaning and a quality of rejuvenation, rebirth, a reaffirmation of your intention. And slowly bring yourself up to sit, facing at whatever direction you like. And individually feel the length of each side of your ribs. And then collectively feel the symmetrical length that provides you down the middle. Feel as the knees open out here in the seated position. Feel the openness through the inner legs, the ease of comfort. And then breathe into all that space that you've established for yourself today. A new level of awareness, a physical sense of openness. Good. And then take your hands up to your heart center. Prayer position. And we'll chant together Om one time. Breathe in. Om. Namaste, everybody. Thanks for being on the mat and joining me for the practice. I hope you have a beautiful day. Whatever positive qualities you were able to derive from the practice today, share them with others, even though we can't physically be in the space of other people right now. If there's an opportunity to reach out and assist other people and use the benefits we accrue from the practice towards selfless ends and means. Okay, I'm going to put you all on mute. It was nice to see you all, and I'll stop the recording now.